Hello guys, Stavros here from the System Theory. Today I will show you how to build the trading strategy from scratch without using any complicated software. I will show you the manual process so everyone can understand, and this is exactly what I use to build my systems basically. Now we'll try to build a long-only system on Bitcoin, and let's start with hypothesis. So when building a system you always need to start with a hypothesis. Hypothesis is why your system works and why it should continue to work. So you need to have a clear understanding of that. Now, Bitcoin has an upside bias because of three main reasons. First, limited supply. Bitcoin has a fixed supply mechanism. So when demand increases, supply cannot easily expand like normal assets. Second, speculative adoption. Bitcoin is still a high growth, high volatility asset. So when market participants become more risk-on, capital can flow aggressively into Bitcoin. Momentum behavior. So Bitcoin often moves in strong trends. Once momentum starts, price can continue moving in the same direction longer than people expect. So the simple hypothesis is Bitcoin has the potential for large upside trend moves because it combines limited supply, speculative demand, and strong momentum behavior. Therefore, a long-only trend-following system may be able to capture part of those upside moves while avoiding weak market regimes. So, we have our hypothesis, and now it's time to find our entry. So we need to find how to enter and capture those moves. So it's a long-only system, no short trades, and we will use two EMAs, a fast EMA and a slow EMA. Entry happens when the fast EMA crosses above the slow EMA. This suggests bullish momentum may be starting. No emotions, no prediction, and only rule-based execution. So it's basically an EMA cross. That's our entry. Now, for our exit, let's see what we'll use. So the exit defines the behavior of the system. A lot of beginners focus too much on entries, but exits shape the return distribution. And good exits should cut bad trades, let good trades breathe, and protect capital during reversals. For this video, we'll use an opposite EMA cross as our first exit. So that means when the fast EMA crosses back below the slow EMA, upside momentum may be weakening. And I will also use an ATR stop loss to create a volatility-based stop. So when volatility is high, the stop becomes wider. When volatility is low, the stop becomes tighter. So now we have our hypothesis, we have our entry, and we have our exit. Now let's test this using Bitcoin 2018 till 2026, 4-hour time frame, a fixed delay of 50 milliseconds, modeling OHLC, just to save time on the backtest. It's a swing system, so using real ticks won't make a difference. Now let's see the system. So as you can see, we capture those upside moves very efficiently. 59k net profit, drawdown under 10%. Profit factor and Sharpe ratio is very controlled, very good. And total trades, we also have a good sample size. Win rate is low, but it is expected with trend following systems. So trend following systems rely on those big winners. So you have low win rate and high IRR trades. That's how trend following works, and breakouts too. So when building a system, you need to know what those system is, and what metrics to expect. Right? So if I'm building a trend following system and I get 80% win rate, that doesn't make sense. So something is wrong with the system, because trend following systems rely on those big winners. And what I mean by that is the profits of the system, the trend following system or a breakout system, sit on the right side of the distribution. And a lot of people, they try to increase win rate using either filters or take profits or whatever. And when you use take profit, for example, on a trend following system, you essentially cap the system and you destroy it, right? Because you destroy those winners that help the system make money. And since the system is relying on those large winners to be profitable, it doesn't make sense to use a take profit. So don't pay attention to low win rate. Low win rate doesn't mean bad. It is the nature of the system that we are building. Now, cross-market test. After testing Bitcoin, what I want to see is the same effect working on all the major cryptos. The goal is not to find the perfect setting, is to see if the behavior repeats across the major cryptos, because if it only works on Bitcoin but fails on Ethereum, let's say, then the effect is not as strong or is not there, so it doesn't make sense to me to deploy it and risk money on it. So let's test Ethereum now. So you can see that it also works on Ethereum. Not as good as the Bitcoin, but we can see that the edge is there, so that's a good sign. Now, I won't test Solana because I don't have the data right now, but you get the idea. That's how I start my idea generation, and that's why I move on with entry and exit to create a robust system. Now, after passing this test, you need to move on to parameter sensitivity, which I won't do it in this video because it will be very, very long. I will probably do it in the next video. So hopefully you understand the process. If you have any more questions, you can text me on X or comment below. And thank you for your time. See you in the next one.